where we fall in love with romantic comedies all over again, one decade at a time. I'm Jess Sterling, and of course, there's someone with the brie. It's Stuart. Stuart, how are you?
Hey there, girly.
No, I quit. I quit the podcast. No,
Sorry, I got it out of the way. It's out there. It's
that's
there. It exists in
awful.
the universe.
That's
The worst
terrible.
quote from this film, and
Hey
there
there,
are a lot to choose
girly.
from.
It's so terrible. I hate it so much. Of course, we're covering 10 Things I Hate About You this week, the 1999 iconic romantic comedy with truly a gazillion stars. Like, the amount of famous
Mm-hmm.
people that are in this movie is kind of unreal. Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, just like the Larissa Olinik. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's in it.
Alex Mack. That's
Alex
all I know her as.
Alex Mack. The list is never ending. I
And
love
tons of
this movie.
actors like you don't know the name of, but you recognize from things. It's kind of
Bernard
weird.
from the
It's
Santa
stacked.
Claus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That
So
girl
it's like
from Bring It
Gem,
On.
Gabrielle Union. How dare you? That girl from Bring It On, who I will say has not aged a day. Like,
That's
I
because
swear
she's
she
only
still
ever
looks
been whelmed.
Can you ever just be whelmed?
Yeah.
Maybe in Europe. I don't know.
She loves her Skechers because she doesn't have a Prada backpack.
This is going to be the pod, everyone. This is going to be us
Just us
quoting
quoting
it
it.
the whole time.
Yeah.
We watched it just before this, and the amount of just all caps messages that were going back and forth, just
Yeah.
reciting what we were listening to, was kind of absurd. This is chock full of quotes. Like, iconic
It's so good.
film.
Yeah. Before we get into all that, don't forget to subscribe. You Had Me At Podcast. Follow us everywhere at You Had Meat Pod. That's right. You Had Meat Pod, MEAT. And email us, youhadmeatpod@gmail.com. We do have some housekeeping to get to, Stuart.
Oh, we're dealing with it now, are we?
Just like Bogey Lowenstein's going to have some housekeeping after that house party. We do have some housekeeping to get to. And here's the thing. We love you, listeners. Okay. We have been informed by no less than at least like 5 people that In Your Eyes is by Peter Gabriel, not Phil Collins. And to that we say, like, 2 old white men.
They sound identical, I swear.
do.
My musical historical knowledge is not that great, but I'm sure they're in the same band. So, like, same shit, right?
Yeah,
You
they're
knew
probably
what we
like
were
best
on about.
friends. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So shout out to Lauren on YouTube. We even got a review that was 5 stars, which is very lovely to see. That says, In Your Eyes is by Peter Gabriel, Gen X here. Otherwise, love the recap. So thank you, DM Giordano. We really appreciate that. A message from Michelle. The Boombox song was In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel off his 1986 album. Which so specific, Michelle. Love this idea for a pod. Thank you so much for writing in. So apologies that we got that wrong, but we were very swiftly corrected by just so many people.
Hey, I don't think we ever claimed that we'd be bringing facts to this.
No.
And I mean, if we didn't claim it before, I'm going to claim it now, because from here on out, I don't think we're going to get anything factually correct ever again.
Yeah, no. I'm not good with music specifically. I never know anything. I don't know who sings anything. I just know if I like it or not, and that's about the extent of my musical knowledge. So yeah, apologies to everyone. We also got a very lovely email from Lauren saying, "Hey, Justin Stewart Fuse, I just want to say how much I love this new podcast. I was on board for the full talk and shit journey, and I'm so grateful you are continuing to create quality content for us. Like Stuart, this is my first time watching Say Anything. My initial reaction was that it might be tied with 10 Things I Hate About You for my favorite rom-com. I literally squealed with delight when Stuart announced his pick. Can't wait for your next episode. This new podcast is coming at the perfect time for me as I'm in the middle of getting divorced. Don't be sad. It's for the best. My ex always made fun of me for rewatching shows, especially Schitt's Creek. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. That truly is a horrendous. That's a big, big, fat, dark red flag. So it feels therapeutic for me to indulge in some feel-good flicks I've seen a million times and hear what you guys have to say about them. I really hope The Holiday makes the list. I can't, oh my God, Lauren just making me so happy with this email. I also watched Yellow Jackets after Jess recommended it, and I'm currently watching
Yes.
Gilmore Girls for the first time. I will
Ah,
never
even
doubt
better.
it's so good. I will never doubt any recommendations from you guys. Solid A++ taste in TV and film. Finally, I must point out that it's Peter Gabriel, not Phil Collins, who sang In Your Eyes. I swear I'm not fact checking your podcast, and I only know because I played the song on Spotify immediately after finishing the movie. To be honest, my first guess was Sting. Also, I drive a stick and it does have cruise control, but I've never used it because I don't trust it. Love you guys, Lauren.
Hey, facts.
Well,
We're being
I need
fact
to
checked
know
and we're
what
being
is it.
provided with facts.
Like, you
Don't
don't
trust
trust
it.
that you'll be able to stop if you need to stop, or like you don't trust. What is it that you don't trust about the cruise?
It's the control of a big, heavy vehicle that can hit people. Just
I
don't
mean, that's
trust
not
the
the
machines with
goal of
it.
the thing.
I trust machines with a lot of stuff in my life, just not vehicles. Please no.
Do you have a lot of highways over there? I feel like you don't have a lot of highways.
No, we have a lot of bendy roads.
Because I'm not like I'm not using cruise control if I'm going like 30 in the suburbs. Miles an hour, that is. I don't know what the equivalent of that is for you.
We do miles over here. We're the weird country. We're like part imperial, part metric. It's strange. There are certain rules. Imperial for some things, metric for others.
So you know miles an hour then.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I would only use cruise control if I'm going like at least 55, probably 65.
That makes sense. If you're going in a straight line as well, because like American roads are boring as hell. But that just makes me think.
I feel like you're thinking of the western side of the country because we're all squiggles over here.
Squiggles?
Yeah, we're big on squiggles. Like, have you seen a state map? Like, if you're in a squiggly state, it's interesting. If you're in a square state, I'm so sorry. The state's probably not.
Okay, I'm here for squiggly states because it's the whole straight line roads like grid.
No, you got to go out to like the west to get straight roads.
Oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
that's rubbish.
Anyway,
but yeah, I wouldn't trust it on big roads. Like you just fall asleep. They'd be like, "This is boring."
You fall asleep?
Yeah, because you're not doing anything.
You're driving. What do you mean you're not doing anything?
Driving though. The car's driving.
Okay, I can't. This. Do you not listen to things? Like, you like a podcast, music, whatever, when you're driving to keep you awake? Like you're falling asleep?
No, just have a nap.
Oh my God.
Jesus,
anyway.
take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel. Good God. Okay. Well, anyway, that's enough of our housekeeping. Should we do a quick little movie recap in case for some reason people didn't relaunch this, which they should because it's iconic. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll get to see my brand new art behind me. So
very fancy.
Beautiful.
And also her disgustingly early Christmas ornaments that are up in November, which I've already chastised her about.
We just leave out that I have a Thanksgiving decoration up here for American Thanksgiving, which takes place next week. So there. I don't have like a million Thanksgiving decor items. Anyway. Okay. Let's do a recap. Welcome to the 90s high school version of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. New kid Cameron is desperate to date the beautiful and popular sophomore Bianca Stratford. But unfortunately, her strict father doesn't let his daughters date due to a fear of teenage pregnancy. The rule is simple. Bianca can date when her older sister Kat does. Cameron and nerdy friend Michael convince popular but sleazy model Joey to pay Aussie baddie Patrick to take out Kat so that Cameron can date Bianca. Rough around the edges, Kat rejects Patrick's advances, and Joey pursues Bianca, frustrating Cameron. One drunken party experience, serenade on the soccer field, and cute paintball outing later, Kat and Patrick are smitten. Patrick is in a pickle, though, because he actually likes Kat, but is being paid to take her to prom. Kat suspects something is up, and her fear is confirmed when Joey confronts Patrick at the prom, which Bianca is attending with Cameron because Joey sucks. Bianca punches Joey, both for herself and her sister, and Kat storms off. We get Kat's version of Shakespeare's Sonnet 141, which is, of course, the titular 10 Things I Hate About You, which reveals her you better stop that cringe right now, Stuart. Which reveals her true feelings for Patrick, and all is forgiven when he spends the money Joey gave him on a brand new Fender guitar for Kat and confesses his true feelings for her. And that's our film.
It's a great film. But I'm just gonna say red flags galore in this film. And I'm gonna get out of the way. The poem sucks. Like I said it while we were watching it, and you shouted at me then, and I'm gonna get out of the way. It's not a good poem.
She's in high school. Like, do we think it's gonna be like Shakespeare? Like, no.
No, but I expect it to like even when you make me rhyme, it makes me cringe every time.
I
It's
hate your big
so
gum combat
bad.
boots.
Yeah, like
So good.
come on. Julia Stiles deserves so much better than that writing. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, if we overlook a few bad things, and I think there's a few things that we do have to really overlook and step right over. This is one of my favorite films. I adore it so much. I can't like count how many times I've actually watched it. I don't even remember when I first watched it. It must have been on like TV over here, and like must have been on like the repeat cycle because I feel like I've watched it at least like 10 plus times. When
Yeah, I had the DVD of this movie for sure. This was one in my rotation, and I definitely watched this one with commentary. Like, I had certain films where I'd seen them so many times that I would just start rewatching them with the commentary on just to like spice things up. And this was definitely one of those. I love this movie so much. Like we were saying earlier, like we can quote a lot of this movie just because it's that iconic. Oh, there's Nigel with the brie. Like it's just it's everything. And I think part of it is the cast is just so incredible. The fact that we have not one couple but two couples to root for, even three if you want to count the whole Shakespeare situation.
Oh yeah, count that definitely.
We have a villain we can hate in Joey who just sucks. Like there's no getting around how much he sucks. And it's just it's iconic. Yeah, they make mistakes like the bribery thing isn't great obviously, but you know, Patrick doesn't kiss Kat, you know, with that whole thing in the beginning, and she's drunk, and it wouldn't be great if he kissed her. And I have to give him some credit for something.
But then he does forcefully kiss her when she's really upset with him at the prom.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And he's like tries to make it better. I was like, ooh, that's not good look either.
It's not a good look. No, it's bad. It's really bad. But they're so cute. They're so cute. Like Heath Ledger smiles, and I just die. I'm gone. I cannot be resuscitated. Okay.
It's fine. We can just overlook the problematic things because he's got a nice smile.
Oh, he smiles so
and
good,
I'm not even mocking you for it. I'm actually agreeing with you. It's just the most endearing, charming
it's the
smile
hair,
ever.
it's the smile, it's the whole package. It's so good. And like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like obviously he's not like the baddie, you know, like he's like the cute, like dorky guy. He's so sweet. Like he's such a little baby. Look at his little baby cherub face.
It is so weird because there are times when like Jason Gordon-Levitt looks like Heath Ledger. Like they got the same face
structure,
but not the face like shape of face. I don't know what it is. They have a like. I kind of feel like Jason Gordon-Levitt could like play a Heath Ledger role quite easily. I think perhaps not this one because he's like dorky, skinny, nerdy kid.
Once he aged a bit, I could see that more. At this point, he's still babyface.
Yeah, but like it's so strange to see him playing someone in a romantic comedy who pines after a woman and thinks that he deserves her love. Certainly not going to see that in a possible future film contender, 100 Days of Summer, because he just plays the same role every time, I feel. But I feel like his journey in this was a strange one because there are times when, like, obviously I'm rooting for him because he's like the underdog and the kid, but I'm like, this plan is objectively awful because there's so much like deception at play. But I can't help but root for him because he is playing the baddie. He's kind of getting one over him.
It feels less bad than what Patrick is doing simply because he's like, Bianca can't date And it seems like she would date me if she could, right? That's what he
Mhm.
thinks. So in his mind, all I have to do is get her sister a date and then she'll want to date me. So I do feel like there's like much less manipulation happening in that versus Patrick going out of his way to woo Kat to get some money,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's no money that Cameron is getting. All he wants is to date Bianca. Bianca, I mean, we could get on her case a little bit because it does seem like she is like, yes, please, Cameron, get my sister a date so that I could date Joey, not you. So
Yeah.
like it does feel like she knows Cameron likes her and is like using that for her own gain. Cameron feels a little more innocent. Obviously, I feel like in the time period that this came out in 1999, we were like, "Oh, look at Cameron, innocent baby. He's so justified in being upset at Bianca because of what she's doing." But now it's kind of like, "Okay, you're not entitled to her. Like you don't own
Mhm.
her, sir." So that feels a little more icky by today's standards, but I still don't think he does anything like that super wrong. Like you can understand why he's upset if like
Yeah.
she's making him think she'll go out with him and she's going out with Joey instead. But I like how they turn that around. Like I like how Bianca
Mhm.
is like so quickly over Joey and like his model bullshit. Like which photo of me looks better? Look at my different poses for like underwear and bathing suits.
That the two photos that were identical except for the shirt color was one of the best gags of this entire film. It's just so dumb of just like obviously he sees the difference. They're fundamentally different. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love that we do have these like in some cases great characters who do go through a bit of an evolution, and we go through peaks and troughs of liking and disliking them, being on their side and being off their side, while also having a very tropey villain that we can always hate. I think it's kind of great
Yeah.
when you've got a film that challenges you a little bit in terms of like, well, who am I rooting for in this whole scenario? And then also is going to give you the fodder that you need to just be like, boo that man, boo him right now and his modeling career and his stupid nose spray ad. Like, I don't care about him. Go away. So I appreciate it for that, definitely. But I think that like in terms of all of the character kind of like journeys that they go on, I find that Bianca's is the weirdest because you start out, and I'm not sure if you're the same as me, but I absolutely despised her at the beginning. She's the
She just feels very
worst.
vapid. She feels
Yeah.
like full of herself, very vapid, very like the stuff with their mom is really intriguing because
Hmm.
they almost treat it as if the mom has like passed away, but she left. Like she
Yeah.
didn't die. She left the family. But the way they treat it of like Bianca has a piece of her jewelry she never really told Kat about, right? Like she seems very self-involved. And is blaming Kat for a lot of things that it's really her father's doing. Like he's the one who sets these rules for her.
What are the
So
rules?
yeah. Yeah, they're really weird. I think the father is hysterical. Like he is one of the best parts of the movie with how ridiculous he is. Like some of the lines, like he's in his elbows, up to placenta, up to his elbows, is like so disgusting. Making them wear the like pregnancy
Oh, the belly
belly.
was so great. It's
It's
like that's
so
the
good.
iconic image of like, and you can totally imagine some overbearing, like especially like someone who's delivering babies, like having this be like their reality
Yeah.
and thinking that this is every teenager that's out in the world is just getting knocked up at a young age and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, you're
But
not
yeah,
going out and getting jiggy with some boy. I don't care how dope his ride is. Like, what? Like, oh, those Dawson's River kids. Like, he's so cringy in the best possible way. Everything he says is so funny. That even though he's obviously over the top in his protection of his daughters, it tickles me. It's so funny every time.
I he just has the most extreme reactions. Like when they say that like the worst excuse of like sneaking out, it's like, oh, we're just going to a small study party. And he's like otherwise known as an orgy. Like he just goes to 100 so quickly, and
Yeah.
it's just absurd.
Yeah.
Oh, and the exercising as well, when he's got the like stretchy thing and just pings it off.
It breaks a window and he does 7 sit-ups and he's done.
7.
So good. Yeah, it's perfect. I love him. And yeah, but it does, to go back to Bianca, it does feel like she blames Kat for a lot of like stuff her
Mhm.
father is doing. And I think part of that is, well, you're supposed to be my like partner. Like it's supposed to be us against dad, and you're not with me. You're acting like a loser, and I don't even want to be associated with you. I think it's really interesting though. There's a lot of tropes that this movie follows, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I feel like one that it doesn't follow though is that I feel like it's usually the older sibling is embarrassed by the younger sibling, and in this case it's like the reverse, where the older
Mhm.
sibling, like, Bianca's like, don't talk to me, like don't look at me in public, like I don't want to be associated with you at all.
Yeah, it's a good kind of flipping of it, and it also I like the way in which the like Cat has that almost like wisdom when it comes to their family dynamic, possibly knowing a bit more of what happened with like the parents and the whole situation of the mum leaving, which explains why it affected Cat a little bit more than what it did Bianca, and why there's that kind of difference of who's really kind of like dealing with the trauma of it, and it seems like Kat certainly did, because she ended up shacking up with the worst of the worst,
In ninth
because
grade,
everyone
by
was
the
doing
way.
it.
Ninth grade is
Ooh, what
really
grade is
young.
what age is that? I don't know
Uh,
grades.
maybe 13. Let's
Oh
see.
my
Ninth
god.
grade. It's really young. 14. Sorry, 14.
Jeez.
14 to 15. Yeah. Generally, it's
Christ.
pretty
No
young.
wonder she wasn't ready.
Yeah,
And
that's the
yet he
thing,
pressured
right?
her
Like,
to like do it again. What a D-bag.
yeah, and he dumped her when she said no. And I do appreciate though that Kat is like, I did want my sister to form her own opinions.
Hmm.
But we do get the growth of Bianca, where like she fights back. She's like, yes, but you basically helped dad imprison me, so I wouldn't get to experience anything anyway. Like, that's
Hmm.
not doing what you're talking about. That is like making it so I don't have any experiences. And that sucked too. I think their relationship is really interesting. And I like that we get to see, there's so many great relationship development things that happen in this film, because we have two different couples we have to work on, one ginormous enemy, and then a sister relationship as well. Like there's a lot of juggling this movie has to do, and in a very tight like hour and 37 minutes. So like, congratulations, 10 Things I Hate About You. Not a minute was wasted in this movie.
Take notes, modern films is all I can say to that. Like, get that shit tight and get it done.
Yeah.
I love the fact that like the whole development of the sisters' relationship though comes at these kind of like weird rules imposed by the dad, and it's weird because like when he does come up with them, I'm like, this is just stupid. Like, what is he thinking? Like, it's gonna breed resentment. Like, clearly he doesn't know his kids, or he does, and he's utilizing that Cat never wants to go out as a way of him not saying no, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
actually, it works out really well because it makes Cat make a concession on behalf for Bianca, and then Bianca does the same for Cat as well. And they come to a mutual understanding, which is, and I'm like, is that a genius parenting move? Or is
I
it
think he
just dumb luck?
stumbled into it.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think he
stumbling,
stumbled
right?
into it. I think there is one thing that maybe he's taking into account, which is, if you're only allowing Bianca to go out if Kat goes out, presumably then Kat has to keep an eye on Bianca. Bianca can't go out by herself. So like, you do
Hmm.
have that kind of like buddy system built in. So maybe if we're giving him credit, he's contemplating that aspect of it, which I do think is a benefit. Obviously, it's going to rip them apart, also with the potential of bringing them together. But you're really running a risk of like causing an even bigger rift in what seems
Hmm.
like a tenuous relationship already. So yeah, I really do think he got lucky and he kind of stumbled into this. And he gets very lucky that both of his daughters seemingly choose guys that are decent and care about them. Like, he could have ended up with Bianca dating a Joey, and he just got very lucky that she was like, "This guy sucks and is boring, and I don't want to pretend like I like his modeling anymore." So he is very lucky in that regard. And we have to give a special shout out to Michael, Cameron's friend Michael, who kind of enacts this entire plan, right? Like he's the one who shows Cameron the lay of the land. He is Bernard from the Santa Claus, iconic. He gets a dick drawn on his face, poor guy. He gets to go to a party. Like, good for him. He gets revenge on Bogey Lowenstein.
He does get the revenge on Bogey Lowenstein, which I thought was really good. The way in which he dances around Lord of the Dance at the party,
Horrendous.
too cringe. Like,
Make it
I'm
stop.
sorry. I love an eccentric nerd. Like one favorite survivor, Christian Hibiki, eccentric nerd. But there's a level of like kind of self-awareness, right?
You weren't in the AV club, Stuart?
I can't say I was in the AV club.
I don't feel like we had an
Oh.
AV club when I was in school.
Yeah, but I loved him giving the whole lay of the land like tour at the beginning. Very like Katie and like Mean Girls vibes, and
These
I was
are the
just waiting for it to be like,
plastics.
and the plastics. Yeah, it was just it made me realize how much of this film Mean Girls had actually cribbed from, because it's like
Yeah.
for like for a lot of stuff that happens. Like even the bit where that like he's talking about the plan to his like to Michael like over and over again. He's like, "You already told me that." It's Katie and Thingy talking about Regina. It's the same thing. I was like, Tina Fey, you owe some royalties, Missy,
Mhm.
for this film. Like, this is outrageous. William Shakespeare is gonna be calling in debts.
Yeah. But he does still end up like getting a girl out of it, seemingly. Kat's friend, who's obsessed with Shakespeare.
Mandela is her
What a
name.
weird name. Like, truly, like, why though? Why?
Because, like, surely if it's like 99 named after
Mandela
Nelson
effect.
Mandela, like
Oh, I was thinking the Mandela
potentially
effect, but I don't,
could be
maybe.
Mandela effect. I
Either
don't
way,
know.
like, what a name.
But
Ugh.
like, she legitimately thought William Shakespeare had sent her address and put it in her locker and was going to turn up to prom.
I don't think
Delusional.
I think she thought that there was a guy named William that did that. I mean, William S. Like, that's just a name.
Fair. I mean, if you want to take that very liberal interpretation of it, I mean, I'm taking it as written, and I'm thinking that she's an absolute psycho. That's my headcanon.
It's fair.
That's my Mandela effect.
So yeah, good on Michael for kind of getting the ball rolling and having the idea to get Joey involved, because they can't foot the bill of this whole thing, which, by the way, I did do some maths. And don't get on my case if this is wrong. Okay, people, I used an inflation calculator online, so leave me alone. Originally, the original bribe is $50, which is a little over $100 today in US dollars, obviously. Then Patrick says, nah, I want more money. I want $100. That is $200 today. Then eventually, when he's like, I want out, I don't want to do this anymore. And Joey says, here's $300. That's $584 today. Wow, he's making $584. I could buy so many things with $584.
Those tube sock commercials, they pay, it seems. Like, he's got a red convertible that he needs to get that fixed, considering that Cat absolutely wrecked it. Whoops. But yeah, he's making money and chucking it around. Now, is the value of that? I mean, of course it's a terrible thing, but I mean, like, would you be tempted to do that just to do the same thing?
No, that's not enough for the reputational damage it could do. I think you need to be paid for like what is it if you're harmed for emotional damage. I think that needs to be included. In terms of if it's enough to take someone on a date, like $100 maybe. Like it depends on where you're going. I think, like, certainly if you're gonna try to do dinner and a movie, $100 ain't gonna cut it. Definitely
What
not.
if you're gonna throw paint at each other and then roll around in the hay?
Priceless.
That's gonna be like what?
um, yeah, that's probably pretty inexpensive. I don't know how much it costs to do paintball, but I feel like that would be fairly inexpensive. Granted, you'd be so fucking tired from doing a paddle boat for like however long before they were in the middle. They were in the middle of the ocean. Okay, it was gonna take them forever to get back to the shore, and they'd be way too exhausted to then run around and throw paint. Just saying.
What's your absolute outrage? Little
They
paddle
don't
boats.
move because I was sold a bill of goods by so many rom-coms, this one obviously included, that paddle boats are the single most romantic thing you could do, and it is simply untrue. Like, you barely move. You barely move when you paddle them. It's so not worth it.
Are you actually, doing the pedals, Jess? You're not just like
Yeah,
letting
faking it.
the,
Let me
the
tell
other
you,
person do it.
I have done those, like, I forget what they're called. It's like a boozy thing where you're like on basically a giant bike, and there's like a
Yeah,
bunch of you, and you drink and you pedal and you like bar hop. I've
I
done that
hate
before.
them.
They're the worst. I did it one time for like a bachelorette sort of a thing, and there were people who were not pedaling, and I was actively annoyed. I was actively pissed off the entire time. I was so mad. I had squeezed myself into jeans to sit there and pedal a bike that other people weren't pedaling. It was cruel. It was grueling. It was punishment.
We get those in London, and one of my favorite memories is when one of them went past me, and because the people that like host it, they're mic'd up and on a speaker that it's already blaring music out as well.
Yeah.
And as it went past me, I just heard, "Pedal, you fuckers!" and it just went off. And I was just like, "That's the energy I'm here for." No, they're not celebrating
Yeah.
anything. They're on an active workout. I think.
Yeah, it's like, why am I working out while drinking? That just sounds like a terrible combination. In jeans. In jeans. Anyway,
Jeez.
so upsetting. So upsetting.
Did you get drunk though?
No, no.
Oh, that's terrible
I'm
then.
pretty sure I drove, so I was the DD. I had like a drink or two. Uh just
I would
no.
have just attended in spirit and driven behind them and just be like, "Yeah, I'm with you guys."
Woo! Yeah. No, because who would have pedaled the bike then, Stuart? No one else was pedaling.
True, true.
Oh,
Yeah.
anyway. No, the paintball date though. This is okay. So
Very
when I
cute.
was a little teen girl, there I remember like I would always, as one does, be like, oh, when I get a boyfriend, like this is how it's gonna be, right? And so like all I had was rom-coms to think about because again, these movies lie to us, okay? It's never like
Mhm.
this. But I was always like, okay, I pulled from my favorite rom-coms of like, this is what my first kiss will be like. And I always pulled the paintball scene. That was going to be my first kiss. We were going to do the paintball. We were going to toss the goggles and we were going to kiss. And it was going to be great. And we were going to be covered in paint and it was going to be so wonderful. Definitely was not how my first kiss happened. In fact, nothing I've ever seen in a rom-com was how my first kiss happened. But I love the paintball scene. It is so cute. It is everything. The music is everything. The soundtrack is incredible. It's everything.
Yeah, I imagine you're not alone in that kind of like idealized
Yeah.
planning of how it all goes. No one's ever goes that way. Like, I don't think I've met anyone whose like first kiss was romantic. It's always
Magical.
awkward
Yeah.
because you're a teenager and you're an
Yeah.
idiot likely. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think any first kiss is ever great because they're not scripted. They're not filmed by people lit perfectly, and you don't have the budget like do the stuff you want to do. It's ridiculous.
I know, but it could have been though. It could have been.
What was it though, Jess? Was it bad?
It was really bad. Like it's disgusting. Like I will full on tell you. It's like it's actually gross. So what happened was I was 16 years old and me and this guy that I was like very interested were like hanging out at my house watching a movie. We had like a movie night. And so he was about to leave and I was saying goodbye to him. We had met at work and we both worked at like a rest area that had a bunch of different restaurants and we both worked at like a Roy Rogers, which is like a burger and fries sort of a place. And he had recently injured himself with the deep fat fryer. So his arm had gotten like dunked, like he got grease all on his forearm,
Oh
which
my god.
blistered. So it was all wrapped up, right? So, we our first kiss, we kissed and his arm was around me and full on his blisters popped.
Oh
And
my god.
I had
Yes.
to change my shirt after. Yeah. You weren't expecting it to be that disgusting, were you?
That's outrageous. I will say I'm slightly relieved because when someone says, "Oh yeah, like first kiss was disgusting," it's like, "Ooh, are we going to get into some awkward territory here of like a story you don't really want to say on the podcast?" That I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
ooh,
tragic actually. It's like, yeah, it's really sad that is my first
that's
kiss.
that's so
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, I know. And the see
Ooh.
and meanwhile, like 12-year-old me is like, it's gonna be during paintball and it's gonna be so romantic. These movies lie to
That's
you, okay? They lie.
mhm,
That didn't happen. It was really, I mean, it wasn't like the kiss itself wasn't a bad kiss, but like the
mm.
experience was like really bad because then it was like he was embarrassed, I was embarrassed, he left, I changed, like I showered probably. Like ugh. Anyway,
Oh
all
my
sorts of
god!
wrong.
I mean, yeah, tame in comparison. I was saying, I'm boring, but
Yeah.
thankful it wasn't that. Crikey,
Yeah.
that's so rough. Everyone, write and tell us about your first kiss if you want to.
Please
I think
do,
that'd be
especially if
hilarious.
they're bad. Like, here's the thing,
Hmm.
it's not as bad as like there are movies where it's like, oh, 7 minutes in heaven, and like that's your first kiss, and it's like someone you don't even like, and it's really embarrassing, right? Like,
Does anyone actually play 7 Minutes in Heaven? Like, is that a
again,
legit thing? I
probably
don't know
not. I
anyone that's
think
done
it's
that.
just on TV. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I always dreamed though the paintball scene. That was
yeah.
always my dream. That and the
Because it's
or
like
like
really kind of cute because it's a
mhm.
fun activity. You're both like laughing and stuff like that. Great excuse to have a little roll in the hay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
adorable.
after he, like, serenades her, which is just another just, like, iconic, like, tropey grand gesture
Tropes.
moment.
Big grand gesture. Love it.
Yeah, it's so good. His little smirk, his little pat on the cop's butt is, like, so good. I love it. It's impossible to not be in love with Heath Ledger. Like, it really is impossible. You can't not love him.
Yeah, because he like it starts out with him that he's got this like mystique. He's no one knows where he's been for a
And you're
year and what
lived
he's been
up.
up to. Yeah, it's like all these rumors swirling around, like the porn career, and turns out no, he just was on his was it uncle's couch making spaghettios and watching Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
Really kind of like dull in
iconic.
comparison. But the whole mystique around him is just it's the thing that idolizes. Like there's always those people in school, I think, that have just a bit of an unknown to them, and
Mhm.
everyone's like builds a mythos about them, and they're like, "Oh, did you hear
Yeah.
about this?" They're never as interesting as they first make out.
No, I'm discovering something now. I'm fairly certain that this movie and the mystique around Patrick prompted a few crushes in my life of like in school there was a guy who was like so quiet. I was like he's so mysterious. Like he must be so deep. Like he must have such deep thoughts. And like, no, probably
Uh,
not. Like he now that I think he definitely was like a stoner kid. Like he was like a skateboarder stoner kid, but I was like, he's so deep. Like, oh.
That's so funny. I love it. You're like, I want Heath Ledger, and then the universe is like, you got Heath Ledger at home. Oh my
Yeah. Yeah.
god. I love it. Just oh, it's so mysterious. No, just a stoner burnout.
I've
That's what they
always
all are.
been yeah, I've always been attracted to like the quiet people. Again, probably in part because I'm like, what are they thinking? And they're probably not thinking literally anything. They're probably like, I'm gonna go get a burger after school today. Like there's nothing happening, but in my head, there's everything happening. I'm like, oh my god, he's so deep, he's so mysterious. And like, no, he never was. I was really now that I think about it, I was really into like the skater stoner kids. Like I was which like, uh, Not the most surprising. But like,
I mean,
I
you're
was
you're of an age. I think it's just the age that we grew up, Jess.
But the best part is though, Stuart, is like I didn't know it at the time. Like I didn't know they were like stoners. Like I knew they were like
Mhm.
skater kids, but in my sweet little cherub, like sweet summer child brain, no one did drugs. So I didn't know that. No idea.
Amazing.
I've told you this before, right? That like once I was in college, I think I was around college age. I had one of my friends came over and she was like a stoner, and so she we were hanging out. We went down to the basement in my parents' house for something, and she was like, "It smells like weed down here." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "It smells like weed down here." And I was like, "No." She's like, "Yeah, for sure." And now as an adult who's like imbibed, I'm like, "Yeah, no, my parents definitely like smoke down there." Like it's like so obvious. But as a child, I had no clue. So in my head, no one ever did any drugs, you know?
Sorry, it reminds me of I can't remember where it is. It's a quote from The Simpsons where the kids they encounter like the smell of weed and like smells like Otto's like jacket, and it's like yeah, because he's big a stoner. And it's so
Yeah.
funny when everyone makes that kind of realization. It's like that's what that is, and it just
Yep.
changes your opinion on everyone you've ever
Everything.
like smelled
Yep.
that smell on. Yeah,
Yeah.
your parents like that's wild. Did you ever confront them about it?
Oh, not that specifically, but I know I
Yeah,
know, well, at least I know
yeah,
my
yeah.
dad does. Like, I don't know my mom, but like, yeah, no, they do. Like, it's like, and like, who cares? Now it's like the stigma is
Oh
no
yeah.
longer anywhere near as much as
Well,
it,
it's legal for you now.
yeah, it is. But, but
Yeah,
no,
such a
definitely,
rebel.
Patrick definitely like prompted a lot of high school crushes for me, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, it was the Patrick type that I was into.
Yeah, like I growing up like I had a bunch of like I think most of my friend group was girls, and there was often just the whole Heath Ledger pining after this film. It was just so pervasive, and I'm there kind of like having a crush on like half of them, and just going, "Oh, fucking Heath Ledger, what a bastard!" And I'm like,
But were
I
you
get
quiet
it
and
though.
mysterious?
Uh, Far from it. Loud, obnoxious, and annoying, probably. Just like the farthest thing from it. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, I even then totally get it. Dude's an absolute heartthrob, and that smile when it's so bad because the stuff that he does in this film is, I mean, it's a bad thing. Like he takes money to like take out this girl, and
He does.
there's this whole thing of false pretense, and like, yeah, okay, he does a bit of an honorable thing. He doesn't kiss her when she's drunk. How dare he do the bare minimum? And doesn't kind of, and I think it's not only that she's drunk, I think there's also that element of it being a false pretense as well. So he does have a sense of honor about him. Like he doesn't seem to be a bad person. It seems that very much it's people's judgments upon him that project that upon him, and he kind of probably acts up to it as most naughty kids do, and things. So I'm like, oh, it's I wanna I don't want to root for him, but he just smiles, and then you can't help it. He's
Dimples.
so charming.
You could eat pudding out of his dimples. Like it just just I just
I
can't,
wouldn't
okay?
advise it. Wouldn't advise it.
I
It's very
just
messy.
can't. Yeah, it does feel, again, not to make excuses for him, it does feel like at the point in which he should reveal the bribery thing, he is like he likes her and he doesn't
Mm,
want to lose her. So it's just like, cuz before that I think he's just like, I don't want to give him too much credit. Honestly, part of it, it feels like I'm just bored and this is something to do. It's like I'm getting money. Like I could buy a couple
mhm.
packs of cigarettes, you know? Like, granted, he does have to quit smoking to date her, which does feel like a pretty big thing. I don't smoke. I
Yeah,
don't, but it feels like it would be a big thing.
yeah. I mean, like that's spoken. It's I mean, it's no big feat for like it's no little feat even. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say it's difficult for people that
Hmm.
do it. So when he goes through that, he does actively change, and I think like she makes him into a better person. I think that's part of the reason why he falls for her. It's not only like to enjoy her company and stuff. I think she makes him a better person. Because
Yeah.
she makes him communicate like the way in which those two talk to each other so almost like they are sparring all the time. Like I feel like
They have good chat,
guards are up,
good
but they do have
banter.
good chat because they're like they know how to poke at the right bits for each other to get like a good answer. And the flirting between them is top tier. Like when he asks her
Mhm.
out at the club and she says like doesn't really give him an answer. He's like, "Is that a yes? No.
No.
This is a no.
No.
No."
So good.
Top tier. Top tier
It's so
stuff.
good. This is my kind of flirting. This is also probably why I liked this, because my thing was definitely like, if I like you, I will make fun of you. Like that was
Mhm.
always the way I was when I was interested in someone, and so this just like spoke to me.
You're a Helga, aren't you? You're an absolute Helga and
How
Hey Arnold.
dare you? Yeah, I mean, like very much so. Again, is it the chicken or the egg, right? Like, was I a Helga because I grew up on Helga, or was I a Helga and so I liked Helga? But either way, no, I was
Helga.
that kid. I was that kid. My very, not first crush, but like my first very memorable, like impactful crush. I would chase him at recess in elementary school. I would chase him and kick him. And sorry.
Please tell me you stopped it after this person. Please tell me this is not how you approach people now.
I don't
Please tell me
kick
that's
my
not how
husband
you
now.
got Will.
I
Will,
kicked him and full-on
I love you.
kicked him in the shin. No, but that is how I really liked him. And I remember his mom didn't like it because he would come home with like a bruise on his chin.
I wonder why.
Anyway, it's fine. Yeah. But one other thing we do need to briefly touch on before we get to our other segments is the fact that you haven't had a fruit roll up. Because it just feels bad.
Yeah, this came out because while we were watching, was it Michael?
It's Michael who talks about a peach fruit roll up, and you don't often see those, which sounds like a disgusting flavor, by the way. Like peach is not the flavor I would choose.
I still don't quite understand what it is, and I've seen a picture of it.
Okay, so take a healthy thing like fruit leather, right? Like you know what fruit leather is.
Yeah, it's like
make
dried
it
out fruits. Yeah.
Really unhealthy. Like make it like stickier, thinner, and like packed full of sugar. And there were like tie-dye ones, there's like strawberry, and there's all different flavors. And there were ones that, so you'd roll it out because it was rolled up, and it had this like plastic sheet kind of. And you would
Okay.
unroll
like
it.
how you rolled it up without it sticking. Yeah.
Well, there were different ways to eat it. So like depending on how you ate your fruit roll up, some people, there were like ones that came with like punch out shapes and stuff, so you'd punch out the shapes and eat them. I never did that. How I like to see I feel like I'm divulging just so much today.
Is this a podcast or is this therapy? Yeah.
Is that the meme of is this therapy? No, I would take the plastic sheet off. I would roll it up into a ball, and I would just put it in my mouth, and I would like let it sit there, almost like a jawbreaker for like a little bit.
Is it when it's like how big is a fruit roll up? Is it like
no, like when you roll it up, maybe smaller than a golf ball.
Okay. That's
you have golf balls?
Sugar, but
you have golf balls.
I know what golf balls are.
I always have to double check. I don't know. You may call them something else. What do I know?
The amount of questions I get, listeners, from Jess asking if we have things in the UK. Sometimes it's interesting. It's like, do you have Wendy's or like a real American thing? Then other times it's, do you have, I know, electricity, running water?
I don't ever ask that. But it is interesting that you don't have dryers over there for your clothes. Anyway, yeah, I would roll it up and just put it in my mouth. But I feel like a lot of people did that. Like I feel like that's how most people ate fruit roll-ups, but I could be wrong about that.
I think the like comparative thing is and like not in the sense of like the actual thing transferring, but Cadbury's cream eggs are the most pervasive thing over here because there was a big advertising campaign of how do you eat yours, because some people like bite off the top and then suck out all the inside. Some people just down it in one. There was even an advert where someone dipped their chips into it, which always seems like a bad idea, but it's kind of
like potato chips or like French fries.
French fries.
Okay, I was double check. I didn't know if you were translating for me.
I know. I know. I hate that I have to make that that distinction even. But no, and I was like, always seemed like the forbidden thing of like dipping your fry in like milkshake, which is more acceptable, I say,
Oh
these
yeah, I've
days
done
than what it
that.
used to be. But like that was always like the forbidden one because you dip it in the cream egg thing, and it's so thick.
I don't
Yeah,
like those.
but
No,
I think you can judge
like
people
those.
based on how they eat theirs.
But
And I
yeah, the
feel
fruit
like
roll up
not having a
thing.
fruit roll up that I should judge you. 'Cause that
Yeah, there
sounds
were ones that came with tongue tattoos too. So like you'd put it on your tongue and
what?
then there'd be like a little tattoo left. Yeah. Oh, I remember some people would roll them like around their finger, almost to like give themselves like a witchy finger and then like bite it.
Can you
Anyway,
all just not have food? Like just eat.
we
Why is
always play with our food.
Why is
Did you have
everything
bugles
gimmicked?
and make like
What?
witchy fingers with them? Bugles.
No, they
No.
do sell them now, but not when I was a kid. We had hula hoops, which were these like round potato chips, which you'd always put your
Potato
fingers
chips.
like you're wearing rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's the fruit roll-up saga.
That's the weirdest tangent I think we've ever brought up.
I
And
don't
that's
know.
really
We've had a
saying
lot of weird
something.
ones.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the only thing I want to make sure that we definitely talk about is how weird the school is, though, in this place. Because this is like
Well, it's
an
a
iconic.
California school. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so I looked it up. It's in Seattle. It's in Tacoma, which explains like the water of like where it is. They're not paddling in what they technically are. It's like the watery bit that goes all the way down. So it's like really kind of protected by land. It's not open
Pacific
sea.
Ocean.
It's not the Pacific. It's not the open Pacific Ocean.
Oh,
But
I
it's like
see.
it's right
It's
up
a
in that
river.
like nook that's in
Mhm.
there. Oh, I can tell I really did not do geography. But the
I don't know what
building
you're talking
is
about.
like it's like
Yeah.
Hogwarts of a
Yeah,
school.
this is rich kid school. This is like TV movie school. I grew up in the Northeast, so none of my schooling stuff was outdoors. Like recess and like our football fields, like our sporting fields, were outside. Everything else was inside. I grew up though watching shows and movies where it's like half their school seems to be just hanging outside at any given moment. Yeah, this is rich kid school for sure. Have you seen the
Yeah.
size of when Heath Ledger performs on the like not bleachers but stone bleachers, whatever the hell those things were? There's so
in the
many
Coliseum of a stadium that they have.
They were shooting legitimate bow and arrows in gym class. What?
They got
Shot a guy in the
budget.
ass.
I mean, they had budget for the school, they had budget for the incredible cast, they had budget for the giant helicopter shot for a band that was on the roof for no
Yeah.
reason whatsoever other than just flair.
Vibes.
This was where'd the money come from for this? Like this
Oh.
is 90s decadence at its worst. This is
Yeah.
why we had the housing crisis. This was to keep us in check.
This is why, yes. No, incredible. Yeah. I actually that brings me to my next point of the soundtrack, right? You talked about the band on
Oh,
the roof. Like this soundtrack just is everything I ever want in any soundtrack. Like we start off with 1 week, right into like Bad Reputation. Calypso is when we were talking about what we wanted in a theme song for the podcast. I referenced Calypso because it starts off in like
mhm.
this cute plunky music and then it goes right into like girl rock.
Outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. In fact, not an inside joke, but like only a few people will get this reference. My husband plays a D&D character named Sunshine, and anytime anyone says his name, all I can think about is that song. It's sunshine on the window. It's just like it's so good. Yeah, this entire soundtrack is absolutely incredible. Like Cruel to Be Kind, Can't Get Enough of You Baby. Like it's every song is a bop. And I Want You to Want Me being the finisher on the roof is just incredible.
Just iconic. It really is. And I think like it sends you off with a good vibe. Also, a great way of making you watch all the way through the credits and then stick around for the bloopers.
Bloopers are so good.
Blooper reel. Bonus points for any rom-com that's going to have bloopers from now
Yes.
on in. I don't think any that we pick further is going to, because I think we're going out of like blooper territory of like the time frame of when they were cool.
Maybe early aughts will
Bring
get
'em
them.
back.
Yeah, maybe.
Bring them back. I love a good blooper reel. Although I
I used
think
to love
Toy Story
bloopers.
kind of ruined it with the fake ones. You know, the ones
I
that
don't like a
like.
fake blooper reel. I want a real blooper reel. I want actual
Mhm.
real laughs because I can tell when they're not real.
And actually,
Yeah.
calling back to what you said earlier, bring back DVD commentaries while we're at it. Bring
Yes,
back, bring
please.
back DVDs. Bring back physical media.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
So
such an old man on a soapbox.
listen, it's real though. I just
Hmm.
canceled HBO. They raised their prices yet again. Don't even get
Outrageous.
started. $18 a month. Get out of here.
In
Wow.
this economy,
That's what I'm saying.
hey, how are you going to pay for that brand refresh yet again?
I gotta buy all these fruit roll-ups.
What's
Um
it this week? HBO Max to the limit. .com.
yeah. Okay, are we ready to get into the you had me at segment? So, you had me
Hmm.
at this is the most romantic moment, the best grand gesture of the film. I mean, there's a few. There are a few
Hmm.
technically.
I think there's some good contenders for this. There's obviously
Yeah.
the gesture, which I think is the most iconic one that everyone is going to cite whenever they talk about this film. However, I do think there's some real contenders for other scenes that you could probably take.
Mhm.
I don't know what one I'm going to go for though, because there's so many.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of one in mind of
My
one
top
you're thinking?
2 my top 2 are "I Love You Baby," the singing on at the Coliseum. It's perfect. It's like the epitome of a grand gesture in a movie. However, my other top one, mostly from just how influential it was as a teen, a young teen, is the paintball. Like, it's not really it's like, I guess it's a gesture, but it's like, it's the first kiss. Like, it's a gesture, it counts.
Yeah,
So that one I think is the one I am going to go with. I'm just gonna do paintball, the paintball scene. But yeah, I do think there's, like, a couple of gestures from different characters too. Like, I don't think you'd pick this, but, like, Kat does show her boobs to her teacher to get to get Patrick out of
that's
detention.
so bad as well. That
I
teacher just
know.
doesn't tell
He
her to stop.
looks.
He just looks
He
at
full
that
on looks,
underage
yeah.
girl's titties for too long. I'm like, cut it out, you dirty old pervert. Oh God. I think that there are a few contenders, like you said. Obviously, I Love You Baby is like it's up there. I think him getting her favorite band to turn up to the prom, calling in a favor, that's really strong. And I think like hits out of nowhere as well, because I don't think it's like it's just a thing that you're not expecting him to have chucked on that little bit of flair as well.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that like he just happened to have a tux. Like he knew that, like, he knew that the
I
prom
just
was
lay
on, and she
low.
just happened to have a dress because they both kind of wanted. Oh yeah, but I'm gonna go with the iconic one. I don't think we can not acknowledge it. I mean,
Yeah.
brilliant. The fact that he paid off the band,
So
there was a
good.
marching band. Everyone loved
The
it.
marching band is iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one that is worth mentioning is just the guitar, right? Like the apology guitar.
No,
Is
you can't buy it. Can't buy back affection.
Can't buy me
Sorry.
love. I know, but I think it means more because he does, like, when they're not together and, he's set in his sentence, he is, like, walking around and he sees her, like, playing the guitar with the headphones on. So he, like, knows what it means to her.
Hmm.
And she talks about wanting to make a band, and I don't know. I like it. But yeah, obviously the two most iconic are the paintball and the I love you baby. Um
Yeah.
so incredible. All right. Are we ready for our meet cute slash meet creep meter? I don't know why I named it that because it is the most difficult thing to say. I did this to myself,
There's just
like
a lot of like slashes in these name segments, and I kind of love it.
meet cute, meet creep.
Yes, I have some thoughts because this is a real difficult one because it's iconic. It's one of my favorites. This has like the nostalgia kick for me that I think, like you mentioned, that Say Anything was for you before. And so I want to
Mhm.
rank it really high. There's a lot of bad things in this though. There's a lot of like bad behavior, some bad language as well, like dropping some slurs that we kind of really shouldn't, and some kind of dated thoughts. And again, this is the problem with like ranking rom-coms through the decades, is that we're going to encounter this. We are going to encounter, products
Yeah.
of the 90s. Um, And I'm a bit torn because I'm like, can I forgive those things? Is it
Yeah.
moral to forgive those things? And I'm wrestling with that a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like obviously we're also like dealing with two different couples here. Like we're not dealing with one main couple. We have two main couples and one side couple also. Um
Hmm.
we have like bribery happening. We have some like I own you because I got you to be able to go date on a date, that there's that whole
Hmm.
aspect of it. I know I'm a little lenient, maybe too lenient, both for the Heath Ledger aspect and also because just like Cameron is just a cute little baby face. Like he's just trying his best, he's new, he's
Yeah.
trying. Um, yeah, I do think, like, both of them make up for it, right? Like, I
Hmm.
don't think yeah, maybe Cameron has those feelings and it's a bit icky, but, like, I never feel like he really guilts, Bianca that hard, especially when Bianca isn't always, like, the best thing ever either. Um, so I tend to be pretty forgiving of Cameron and anything he does. Bianca really does grow. She has, like, a decent growth arc where she realizes,
Oh
like,
yeah,
Joey is a
she does a
dirtbag.
complete 180. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like Patrick does, I mean, he does make up for it, right? Like he obviously very much cares for Kat. He does the whole thing with the band at the prom and the guitar and the grand gestures and the paintball. Like there's a lot to love there.
Hmm.
Um Gosh, I love both of these couples. I also love that we never get because the whole thing is Kat wants to go to Sarah Lawrence, which is on the East Coast, and they're obviously in California. So like, there's never any talk of like what's going to happen after we graduate, sort of thing. Which I like. Let's live in the now. We don't need to worry about that
I
later.
mean, it's high school.
It's a
You
later
don't ever
problem.
have to think about the future.
Yeah,
That's ages away.
yeah. So I'm leaning towards green flags galore, or even soulmate status, depending on
S-
how you feel.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If it was just Bianca's relationship, then I'd be like, soulmate status might be up there because I think they come to like a good little kind of thing. But still, like Patrick, I'm like, it's still a foundation of quite crappy behavior.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking green flags. I'm thinking
Okay.
it's good. Not
It's
doesn't
room for
quite need
growth too. We got
fixing,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
room for growth.
Yeah, room for growth, yeah.
Whether it has the lasting effect, I think that's
Yeah.
really kind of up in the air as well. Because I think like soulmate status, I want to be assured that they're going to be together forever,
That's
and I don't
fair.
think they're
They are just in
together
high
until
school.
the end of term because it's high school.
Yes. Fair. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. He hates peace. What am I supposed to do? It's Heath Ledger. I can only do so much with how I feel. Because it's Heath Ledger and that's it. It's Heath Ledger. I don't have anything else to say besides that. Okay. Best in showmance. So this is the segment where we are going to be grading the movie overall, basically just an enjoyment score from 0 to 10. Hopefully not a 0 though, because it'd be hard to put that on the bar graph that I have made. Stuart is in
as
blue, I am in
if
purple. Uh
as if we would rate anything 0 for this.
yeah.
Wait,
Uh
who's going to go first here? Because I've
yeah.
got thoughts.
Yeah, you go first. You go first on this one. Why not?
So, I mean, I've already like said I'm a bit conflicted as to whether or not like you kind of mark it up or down depending on kind of the morals. Firstly, thinking about their relationship. Now that this is a film, I'm like, ooh, but there are so many funny jokes, so many funny jokes in this film. It's instantly quotable. I don't think there's been any time that I've requested water and they've just not said I need agua. Like it's just
Agua. Yeah.
so supremely formative as a film. And so I have to rank it high for that alone. I think that it's leaps and bounds better than Say Anything. Sorry for anyone who
It's fine.
disagrees. So I'm going to give it an 8 because I think there's room for growth.
Oh,
I think
okay. An
it's like I
8.
think there's a lot. Maybe not. Mm, fuck it. I'm going to go 9. Give it 9.
Okay. We've got a 9. 9 on the board. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think when I look at how I want to rate these movies, Part of it is my enjoyment, just my general enjoyment. I can quote the hell out of this movie. The fact that like it's in my daily lexicon, right, is
Mhm.
impactful. The fact that like the nostalgia factor is also very big for me. And that this one hits. Like I've seen it so many times. How likable is the cast? Like literally every person on this cast feels perfect for the role that they're in. The music is incredible. The story itself is lovely. Obviously, it's like a Taming of the Shrew thing with the Shakespeare. So, like, you know, whatever. I don't care. Like, great. They retold it in brilliantly.
Technically, this is homework. Technically, we're learning.
Technically, I might as well be getting a degree right now. So yeah, I do think it has like everything going for it. And I'm like struggling to think. Right, like, it's like, obviously, I wanna leave space. I wanna hold space,
Mm.
for any films to be able to get that 10 out of 10, right? Which this one, like, if we're, you know, if we're taking away points for, like, the dated language, right, like, but it doesn't age too horribly, actually. Like, there's really not that much that's that icky.
No, I think it's notable that when those things do happen, like it's few and far between, and it's enough that they kind of catch you a bit off guard. I think because there
Yeah,
aren't as many. Certainly, I think there are more in comparable films around this time.
exactly.
Uh,
So,
yeah.
because of that, I'm gonna give this one a 9.5. It is like it is so incredibly close to a 10 for me. And there's like it's barely
Is
anything holding it back.
Would it go down to a 9? Not that I'm trying to drag it down, but would it go down to a 9 if I reminded you about Bianca's prom dress and how bad it was?
I hate it so much. No, actually, I don't think so. And simply because I think it's good to have incredible outfits, but it's also good to have some uggos. Like it's kind of good to have like a wow, that's ugly. Like wow, your hair
Yeah.
looks fucking terrible. You know, and there's like references to Skechers, which I wore Skechers, you know. I didn't have a Prada backpack, but I did have Skechers. And I did love them. So
It's because you
I
didn't have a
just
product bag.
it's because I didn't have a backpack. Yeah. No, I do think this is a 9.5 for me. I think it's just it's iconic. Like I don't know. I have a hard time giving it anything else. It just is so
Mhm.
good. I do want to leave a little bit of room here, but I
Yeah.
can't deny my love for this film. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 9.5. So
Incredible.
wow,
High scores.
awesome.
High scores.
Real high scores. Um
Does that mean
okay.
I get the praise for picking a good one? Is that how it works?
I mean, you picked from the 90s, like you're bound to get
I
a
know.
good one.
It really was a
Yeah.
bountiful choice.
Yeah. But that is going to lead us into our last segment, which is what's next week? What are we watching next week? And as we
Mhm.
all know, it is my turn to pick, and I am picking from the early aughts. And
The naughties, Jess. You refer them
those
by their real name. The
naughties.
naughties.
The naughties. Here's the thing. We had 17 options on our spreadsheet for the naughties.
On the short list.
And
Says
this
with
is
air
yeah, this is
quotes.
pared down. And it was hard for me. It was very difficult for me.
It's
Of all of
competitive.
these movies, there was of the short list that we have, there is one that I don't think I've seen and one that I can't remember if I've seen, but I've seen the rest of them. And
Interesting.
so it was a question of, do I pick one you haven't seen and I have seen? Do I pick like one of my absolute favorites? Do I pick one that I think is extremely underrated and needs to be recognized? I will say I was down to two. Was able to narrow it down to two. And my question is, I pose this question to you, and I'm not saying I'm going to go with what you want because
Mhm.
you know, it's my pick, obviously. But do I take into consideration the time of the year? Because when we will be recording this next podcast, we will be in December. We will be firmly in the holiday season. If you count all of December as the holiday season, which I do. So I could do
That
that.
doesn't narrow it down. I think there are two contenders based on that question of the ones I think you might have in mind,
Yeah.
which is hard because one of those I really don't want to watch.
Yeah, I know. So I could do that, or I could pick one that you have not seen that I
Mhm.
think you should see. And that really doesn't narrow it down either, because you have a bunch on this list that you have not seen.
Well, this is the thing. So it's part of this. Like, I'm hoping to actually broaden my horizons a bit. Like, 10 Things I Hate About You for my pick was certainly more that I feel like I need a platform to talk about this film because I love it so much. But then I think for other choices, I am looking to broaden horizons and pick stuff I've not seen.
Yeah.
Because I also like that dynamic of like bringing back the talking shit vibes of me not having a clue what I'm walking into.
Yeah.
And you guiding me on my kind of journey of just like, check how good this is or how bad it is in some cases. I'm torn. There is something to the seasonality of it though. Like
That's
on
the
theme.
problem. Yeah, because I very much like I want to. I like both of them are new in terms of, right. I feel like Say Anything is like iconic and also paved the way for so much of what's on the list to be chosen from. And then 10 Things I Hate About You is just a staple for both of us in terms of we grew up on it. So either way, whether I pick one or the other, I'm either going with the seasonality of it, or I'm going with something that I feel is an underrated rom-com that should be appreciated more. So either way, I do feel like I'm picking something that is in a category that I have not yet pulled from, if that makes sense.
I don't think it's a wrong choice, but just to put a finger on the dial, if you go seasonality, I'll wear a Santa hat.
This
in
is
fact,
so
I'm
funny.
gonna wear a Santa hat regardless. It's our December pods.
Yeah. I want to peel back the curtain just so the listeners know what we're considering here. Because with the holiday films, the two options, there are two films that would be considered holiday-esque, seasonally appropriate that are on this list in the naughties. One that Stuart hates and one that Stuart loves. And I know which is which.
Loves?
I assume you love the other one. Maybe you don't.
Curious.
No? Okay. The one that you hate, I know for certain, is 2001's Serendipity. This is a film you hate.
Okay. This was not an option I was thinking about.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Hold on.
Mm.
What is the... Oh, I didn't even see that other one on there. Never mind. There are 3 holiday films on this list, actually.
I've ruined it. I've made it more complicated.
Yeah, you have complicated it. So Serendipity is one that you absolutely despise. And I would consider that to be a seasonally appropriate film because it is very Christmassy. Like, it is very New York in Christmas. So I would consider that to be something like a seasonal movie. Another one that I think you like maybe thought I was referencing that you don't actually love but is iconic would be Love Actually.
That was what I thought,
2003's Love Actually. And then the other film that is obviously seasonally appropriate would be 2006's The Holiday.
That's not the one. No, I'm joking. That was the one.
Like, what else is there? So I would say all 3 of those are actually quite seasonally appropriate.
Yeah.
And then in terms of films that you have not seen that are on this list that I have seen, we have 50 First Dates, Hitch, Because I Said So, P.S. I Love You, Definitely Maybe, 27 Dresses, The Proposal, and A Lot Like Love. Sorry, did I say that one already? And A Lot Like Love. That's a big list. Like, there's a lot there. A lot that I feel like I'm like, how
and
did
one
you
of
not
those
see
is
this?
an underrated gem, you think?
In my opinion.
Curious.
So I'm really struggling. I should have decided this before I came on the podcast. I just don't know. I don't know.
What if I promise to pick the underrated one for my one when it comes about as my pick for the noughties?
Okay.
I can make you that deal.
Without me revealing what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make that deal all day. Because I do think I want you to see this movie.
I'll effectively give you a free pick. Yeah, go on then.
Incredible. And I'm not going to disappoint you. I'm not going to put you through watching Serendipity as much as I absolutely adore that film. Here's the thing. I feel like it would be, we've done John Cusack. Like, I don't want to load of the 10 films we're watching. It feels like a bit silly to have like 2 John Cusack movies in there. So we're not going to do Serendipity. What we are going to do is The Holiday. I adore The Holiday. I adore The Holiday. I think Jack Black is like absolutely incredible. Like I think both couple. We're gonna have another 2 couples to discuss. Is the thing. Are you disappointed you wanted to talk about Love Actually? Did you want to talk about Love Actually because it's so like there's so many red flags?
Love Actually is iconic, and I think we'll probably talk about Love Actually a little bit maybe when we do come to it. The Holiday I'm laughing about so much is that I have a friend who for the longest time would beg us every Christmas to watch The Holiday, and I'd never seen it before. And we finally watched it, and I remember at the end of it, credits roll, and
Were you
all
whelmed?
3 of us turned to our friend and just go, "That was shit." I think it was also we are the worst friends.
You're
and
trolls.
we are horrible trolls. No, it's a really lovely film. A great one to go back to because I'm certain that there are scenes that have aged like milk. Like if you think Julia Stiles dancing in this film was cringe, buckle up for Cameron Diaz is all I'm going to say.
Well, here's the other thing too. There's a lot. I think there's a lot to mine for podcast material because one person is going to the States, the other person is going to the UK. Like I think there's a lot there to talk about as well. And then we have 2 very different styles of couple. We have like the more comedic couple and the more down to earth couple and the more like whirlwind romance, grand gesture couple, drama couple. So I do think there's a lot to talk about with The Holiday. We'll probably eventually maybe talk about Love Actually because I am but a simple person who of course watches Love Actually every single year. Anytime the snow falls, I'm singing I feel it in my fingers. Of course. Like of course I am. In fact,
I hate Uncle Jamie.
I hate Uncle Jamie. It's so iconic. In fact, I forget what it's called. Recessional. What the hell is it called? When you, after you get married and you walk back down the aisle out, whatever that song is.
Leaving.
The leaving song, the divorce song, whatever song that is. When we were walking back down the aisle, we had an instrumental version of All You Need Is Love, partly because of Love Actually. So stop, don't roll your eyes at me, Stuart. I am but a simple person with feelings. Anyway,
I can't deal with real people and real emotions. This is just grim. So
and this is why we have the podcast, people.
I
hate Uncle Jamie. If I had an Uncle Jamie, that's all I'd ever say.
What's also really interesting about picking The Holiday is so an old housemate of mine, he's a really talented designer. He did our artwork for Look for the Light podcast where we covered The Last of Us as well. Ollie Gibbs, he designed a podcast artwork for someone who did a podcast all about The Holiday, multiple episodes about the Christmas film The Holiday. And I want to say there is, wait, I'm looking at now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 8 podcasts about that film.
Just about The Holiday.
From 2022. It's on there, 4.1 rated, with a load of reviews, so quite very popular. Not
That's incredible.
Rating, I will say. But yeah, so just the ways in which the world works to force this film really down my throats in some way or another.
Listen, it's iconic. I love it. I can't wait to talk about it. And yeah, do you want me to keep what film you're going to be choosing for us a secret until we get there? Give me a minute.
Yeah, go on then. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait. I really was like hemming and hawing because it is a movie that I'm like, I love this movie so much. It is one that we talk about watching with the commentary. I've seen the commentary on this one a lot.
Wow.
Own this DVD. Yeah. So, should be fun. But anyway, next week, The Holiday, baby. Get in the Christmas spirit, beach. It's time. It's December. And then you won't be able to yell at me about my glorious decor.
I won't.
So yeah, we have a new outro today, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, we'll talk to you all in 2 weeks. And until then,
we'll let you get back to Reginald's quivering member. Bye everyone.